The final Friday of the month is upon us, and March was already one of the crazier months in music we've seen before this point, but tonight's releases just cement that fact even farther. The first I'd like to point your attention to is boygenius member Lucy Dacus, who is coming through with her 4th studio album, and her first in quite some time, titled Forever is a Feeling. With Julian Baker also dropping soon, boygenius fans are going to be eating pretty good in 2025. It'll be interesting to see if Phoebe also comes through at some point. We can only hope. The next one we got up is coming from legendary experimental black metal band Deafheaven, coming at us with their first in about 4 years. It is titled Lonely People with Power, and I'm very curious to see where this boundary-pushing band is going to push boundaries to next. Next comes to us from Yasin Bey, also known as Mos Def, in collaboration with The Alchemist on production for an album called Forensics. If you exclude his work as one half of Black Star, this is the first Yasin Bey album in 16 years. Next up is art pop artist Spelling, who you almost certainly know from her well-respected record The Turning Wheel. Tonight she'll be dropping an album called Portrait of My Heart. Another notable artist in art pop is Destroyer, and Destroyer is exactly who will be releasing an album called Dan's Boogie tonight. And the art pop releases don't stop there, because it appears we'll also be seeing a release from none other than the eclectic and fantastic Perfume Genius. His album will be called Glory, and the critics are digging it a whole lot so far. And yet another, in somewhat of a similar realm, is Unknown Mortal Orchestra, who will be releasing one tonight with a wild looking cover art. It is titled ICO2 Bogota, which means it's a follow-up to his 2020 project called ICO1 Hanoi. Digging a bit into the underground here, it continues to be a great month for lovers of experimental hip-hop, because we're getting a new one from Backwash called Only Dust Remains. It's about the longest gap in albums we've seen from her at any point, at about 3 years. And whether or not it'll live up to her previous works remains to be seen, but I have no doubt that it will, since she's been very consistent up to this point. Remaining in hip-hop a bit, but in a very different form, Busta Rhymes will be releasing a new one tonight called Dragon Season. If the EP that came out in preparation for this and aided in its rollout is any indication to go off of, this will definitely be the album of the year. And the final I'll bring to your attention comes to us from metalcore act Memphis May Fire, who are sort of releasing an album tonight, but it might be more accurate to say they're releasing a single, because 8 of the 10 songs from this album have already released during the album's promo cycle. That all said, what are you most excited to listen to tonight? Did I miss any new music releases coming out? Let me know in the comments section, and make sure to like and follow for more music related content.